Back to TEW and back to Supreme Wrestling. We are in the midst of the big storyline for the year. A bounty was set on the heads of Sam Strong and Mickey Starr, and now week to week, everyone who's anyone is trying to capture the bounty and take down Mickey and Sam. But instead of just talking about the card, let's go in and break things down and see what happens tonight. As we push in the Southwest for some Supreme Wrestling. We have new people entering the call, or new people entering the chat. It's it's Slater White and Luis Montero are now entering the bounty hunt as bounty hunters, alongside Larry Grubbs and Mr. Noro, and Max Fury, as well as Coach and Sam Keith. Quite an opening segment for this week's Slamfest. As basically Luis Montero and Slater White talk about the fact that Luis opens it up saying he's going to give the people the treat because we are in his hometown, or we are in his home state. And before they can say much, they are interrupted by Larry Grubbs alongside Noro and Fury, and then Coach and Sam Keith make their presence felt as well in the opening segment. The opening match is Rory McCallum against Matthew McAllister, and Rory gets the victory, keeping his undefeated streak and keeping the wins coming for Rory McCallum. Hollywood and Artie Goldstein, as Hollywood has been accused over the last couple of weeks by Dusty Streets, Cade Rogers, Buford T. Laramie, and Mickey Starr and Sam Strong for setting the bounty on Mickey Starr and Sam Strong after what happened at Supreme Challenge when Hollywood screwed Mickey out of the world title, allowing Angus to keep the belt. But Hollywood has now got his lawyer involved, saying that if people keep accusing him when it wasn't him, then he will file a lawsuit against anyone who continues to unjustifiably accuse him of being the one who set the bounty. Now we move to Ray Kingman, who is joined by championship committee member Richard Eason. If you're not aware, the championship committee consists of Antonio Moretti, Ken Cullen, and Richard Eason. Richard Eason appears to let Ray Kingman know, basically, Mr. Kingman, my job has been to find you some new competition, and I believe I have done exactly that. Next week, specifically on the live tour, we will be having a mini tournament to crown your new challenger or your next challenger. And if you, not to spoil the surprise, but I don't know the next time you guys are going to be watching an episode of Slamfest. So, to point it out, that person is, of course, going to be Knight Rider, as Knight Rider is going to be the one challenging Ray Kingman for the United States Championship. In what is rated as the best jobber match, the best the jobber match can be, or an enhancement match can be, Dusty gets the better of the Freedom Warrior in a solid contest. And the funny thing is, Dusty was really off his game tonight, so the positives outweighed the negatives, or the pros outweighed the cons, as Dusty again shows why he is that good, and why he is somebody that I trust to put in the work, as he speaks to what his father talked about last week, My father wants discipline. He wants to discipline me finally because I had the balls to step up and strike him. I was tired of him not taking me seriously. I was tired of him thinking that we could actually settle this, fix this, and change this. We can't. We can't get past this. We can't build past this. There is no building past this. It happened. It's done. It's over. My father deserves to find out why his actions have consequences. And that's not me threatening him. It's like I said when I made a promise to Athena that she would regret getting involved in this. And she regretted getting involved in this. It's not a threat, it's a guarantee. Rocky, you made your bed, now you lie in it. And now we move back to Montero and Slater White, as Montero and Slater White have been told at this point that they will not be challenging Mickey Starr and Sam Strong tonight, and are instead going to be challenging Mickey Starr and Sam Strong at Golden Dreams. And they make it clear we've got the advantage because we've never lost in tag team action, which is factual that Slater White and Luis Montero have never lost in tag team action. So I figured saving the tag team match between them and Luis Montero, between them and Sam Strong and Mickey Starr, would be ideal to save for the pay-per-view. Especially considering the fact that Luis Montero has the best match of the year alongside Mickey Starr at an 86. So Montero and Slater White have some big shoes to fill, I guess you could say. But we have our main event for Golden Dreams. It is Mickey Starr and Sam Strong against Montero and Slater White in what is the biggest test of their young careers against the best tag team in the company. Or one of the best tag teams in the company, because I think the only one that measures up to Mickey Starr and Sam Strong is the Blazing Flames. But we move to Alex Pierce and Corey Thomas as Alex Pierce gets his first win since becoming the television champion. Originally, this was supposed to be a television title match, but because of me reworking the card, I changed this to just a successful match, not a title match. And I might actually do the title match that I pegged for this show at the pay-per-view, maybe, potentially. Or maybe I'll just do it next week. But here's where we mentioned the main event. Noro and Fury against Strong Star in the main event. And now we again move to Dexter Priceweather, who has been a very busy man tonight, as he is now managing Adrian Romero. And ironically, Ben Hoyt was Adrian's original manager, but Ben Hoyt was moved into a color commentary role because I figured that it would be better off for him, as he is quite well at color commentary. Because he is quite good at color commentary. And that's why he is now in the booth and not a manager. Not to say he wasn't good at talking, it's just that I think the better use of his skills was in the booth, not on the microphone. Either way, though, Malk and Adrian collide again for the Cruiserweight title or the Shooting Star title, and Malcolm wins against Adrian Romero. But this is far from over between Malcolm and Adrian. It's more or less just the beginning of what is going to be a long-standing rivalry for the Shooting Star title. And now we move to Mickey Starr and Sam Strong getting their moment in the sun as they make it clear once again, it doesn't matter if it's Montero, it doesn't matter if it's Slater White, it doesn't matter if it's Larry Grubbs, Coach, Sam Keith, Noro, Fury, it doesn't matter who it is. We ain't hiding behind nobody. We ain't hiding from a fight. But Hollywood makes his presence felt and appears to interrupt. Listen to me, Mickey. You too, Sam. In case you two didn't hear it, I wanted to make it perfectly picture perfect, crystal clear for you two specifically. What I said earlier, it included you two. You want to keep blaming me for setting the bounty? Then expect to hear from my lawyers, because the fact of the matter is, you want to say untrue statements that affect my character, that affect me. I will sue you for defamation if you keep running my name through the mud, because that's not right. I didn't set the bounty, so unless you have proof, keep my name out your mouth, or face the consequences in a court of law. Hollywood, officially being a heel, is now acting like the heel, in my opinion, or acting more like a heel in my opinion, because instead of saying he's going to fight them or beat their ass or anything like that, he wants to take them to court first and sue them for defamation because of them saying untrue statements. Holy crap, Edwin Austin got a 4. No wonder why the match didn't do as well as I expected. Ryan Hunter got a 13 and Edwin Austin got a 4. Like, are you kidding? Either way, the All-Star team got a solid 6-man tag team match win, with Sam Keith getting in action, Warren Hampton and Tex Montana all getting into action, as these 3 men are the only members of the All-Star team now, with Adrian Romero moving over to Dexter Priceweather and Ben Hoyt being out of the group. And this is where Coach makes it clear decisions have been made and changes have come for the All-Star team to better us for the future. But the order is not set. We're not done yet. We're still making changes. We're still making decisions, because when I put together this faction, it was where eventually, when I called it a career, I would pass it along to my son. But as you see, my son is not standing with me tonight and will not stand with me anymore. So this isn't about my heir apparent. This now becomes about my legacy. It becomes about my legacy, and that is exactly what I'm focused on. My legacy. And now we move to the guy who's being pushed because of the most lethal finisher in all of Supreme Wrestling, the Bermuda Triangle. Gabriel Peterson gets a victory over LD Weiss. It's setting him up sort of like ECW did with Taz, where the Bermuda Triangle is, once it's locked on, you're done. You're out. And the fact of the matter is, that's just the way it's going to be for now, as he's just going to keep winning and winning and winning and winning and winning to establish himself as a dangerous person to be around, and just a danger for the other members of Supreme, slowly but surely. um in a sense, basically, Gabriel Peterson is going to be a hired gun. Well, maybe not a hired gun, but Gabriel Peterson is being established as a dangerous man in Supreme, because once he locks on the Bermuda Triangle, it's over. That's what I want out of Gabriel Peterson, or for Gabriel Peterson. Now, at the last pay-per-view, Schools in Session, Romeo Hart caused a disqualification in the World Tag Team title match between the Flames and the Goldstein Law, which was Wildman and Dread. And now, ever since, the Flames have basically said, and Wildman and Artie actually said that the same thing, that they will file an injunction if Romeo Hart is not dealt with and disciplined for getting involved. And now they're taking it a step further. Unless you make the decision to stop Romeo Hart from getting involved next time, we just won't defend the titles until you pass down discipline for Romeo Hart. Because the fact of the matter is, if you're not going to protect your champions, we're not going to risk our well-being for you. And Mickey Starr and Sam Strong, of course, get the victory. But it was disqualification as Amiri Jala ran in and attacked him. Because, here's the thing. Last week it was 2-on-2. It was a tag team match, Mayhem and Knight Rider against Sam Strong and Mickey Starr. And Sam Strong and Mickey Starr got the victory. This week, tag team match, Mr. Noro and Max Fury against Sam Strong and Mickey Starr. And Mickey Starr and Sam Strong got the victory. But Dexter Priceweather's being a little smart with it. Dexter's got the numbers game. He's got Amiri Jala. He's got Luis Montero, Slater White, Adrian Romero. So he's going to use that numbers game to try and catch the bounty on Sam and Mickey Starr. And that's why Amiri Jala, Slater White, Luis Montero, Fury, Noro all go after Sam Strong and Mickey Starr. But Frank Rock also joins the fray to help Mickey and Sam, as Frank Rock is feuding with Slater, Luis, and Amiri Jala. And in the pandemonium, Noro and Fury aren't just fighting Mickey Starr and Sam Strong, they're also fighting Slater White and Luis Montero, because they all want the bounty. They all want the bounty, so in the pandemonium, it's not just where the babyfaces are outnumbered, it's where everybody is fighting because everybody wants the bounty. And a solid end to the show, I might add. Back-to-back weeks we got an 83, and this is the first time, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but it's the first time in my opinion, in my idea, where back-to-back weeks, here's what I'm thinking of. It's the first time that I can think of in the nearly 6 years that I've been with Supreme that I got an 83 back-to-back weeks. Because it's taken almost 6 years, it's taken 5.5 years for me to realize a format to put together consistently good shows. Because in 1979, the show, the product changed without my knowledge through Richard Eason. Or I ironically enough called him Richard Eason during the show, and now I'm calling him Richard Eason. Or did I call him? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know. Point is, this is the first time we've done back-to-back 83s in 5.5 years. So I feel like, number one, I can credit my creative director, aka my brother, for coming up with the idea of the bounty on Mickey and Sam to keep Mickey and Sam out of the world title picture for a little bit. And I would also credit my creative director for figuring out the idea, the longer the segment, the higher the rating, because that's why we are now getting consistent 83s, 80s, because of the longer segments. I didn't realize that when it starts with a 6 minute, it wasn't a suggestion for how long the segment was. It's like how some companies have a preset time for matches that is not like that is how to maximize the rating, or in some cases minimize the rating, because you're making people who can't go a certain amount of time go a certain amount of time. But I never realized that that was like the best way to maximize things as far as timing is concerned on segments. And now that I finally realized that, we're getting better segments, because for the better part of the last 5 years, I never got 90 segments. Or I could probably count on one hand over the last 5 years the amount of 90 segments I've gotten. So it's very positive, especially with the fact that you have matches like this with Rory McCallum starting the show and this ending the show, and we still get an 83. I am fascinated by the fact of how things have changed, and I also am fascinated by the fact that it's taken 5 years. It's taken me 5 years to actually get back-to-back 83s on programming. But either way, if you want more SWF, if you want me to do this more often and not just a couple times a month in game, where I document the game a couple times a month, a little bit more often, let me know down in the comment section below. But also, feel free to pass along ideas, pass along suggestions, make comments or anything like that down in the comment section, because I'm open to suggestions. Or if you need assistance or want my thoughts on something or where I'm going, let me know down in the comment section. I'm open to feedback, and I'm open to give you suggestions for your personal saves as well. Either way, though, if you want more content like this, let me know down in the comment section, or you can show it in the views, because I do appreciate the recent popularity of TEW in this channel, and I appreciate how much support you guys have been showing on the Let's Plays with TEW. Keep it up, and I'll keep posting it. Either way, guys, much love, and I will see you guys in the next one, because I'm done for the day, and I butchered the outro. Either way, I'll see you in the next one.